Here, let me do this thing. Well, anyway, what's up, guys? It is it's 9 a.m. here in Los Angeles, and it is. Where's my? Oh, nice. And ring. What's up, Bigg Bump? Bigg Bump is with me this fine morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, with his MAGA hat.
Yes, sir.
Oh, let me get my stuff out of the way. It is 9:01 a.m. Yeah, Hake is a little late. U.S. Pacific Standard Time here in Los Angeles. And it is Monday, Inauguration Day, January 20th, AD 2025. It's also MLK Day. K-Day. And I have Bigg Bump with me co-hosting. Nice to see you, Bigg Bump.
Nice to see you as well. BIGG_
usually. BUMP on social media.
Yes,
oh, and it looks like, hold on. Here, let me see if I can do. Oh, Skype. Okay. Which one is, let me see if I can find it. Skype. Bring. Oh, yeah. Hold on. Let me do this and this and, what if I switched the palettes? What if I did, I was wondering if I.
You could do that with key 3. That'll bring you a bump.
Key 3 brings us. Okay, nice. And look at Trump.
You can unmute Skype if you want.
Okay, we're looking at. Okay, that's the one. We're looking at. Although I don't hear anything. Oh, complicated business, guys. Okay. There we go. Nice. There's Crooked Joe. not Crooked Joe. There's our greatest president, Donald J. Trump. It's inaugurated. Oh, look at Barron. Misty said he's handsome. And there's Vance, the vice president, soon to be, once this thing is done. Once they swear in, I guess. Anyway, guys, we don't care that much about that, right? What are we going to be talking about today? Because we have actual stuff to cover.
Right.
And that thing you can see it later. You can see it now or podcast this later. Whatever you want to do, because you are free. This is America. What's up, Bigg Bump?
Not much. How you doing?
Doing fine, man.
Yeah, cool.
Thank you.
Cool. Yeah, I did bring today a few topics. One specifically was, of course, a civil rights movement issue. Their mingling destroyed a specific sector, as usual, making that sector.
I was turning you down.
Oh,
my bad.
Making them pretty much obsolete. Also, I brought a government article on a government agency demanding gun confiscation. This was in Arizona, and how also the a Steve Bannon interview that he did, saying how the Trump broke the oligarchs and made the Zuckerbergs and the Jeff Bezos types pretty much bow down to him before even coming in office or being sworn in. And those are the topics that piqued my interest.
Right on.
Yeah.
And also we have some of your super chats to respond to.
Right.
Some that recently came in and some that came in that were addressed to Bigg Bump from a while back.
Yeah.
So we're going to have some fun with that,
nice.
I hope. We'll see what happens. So anyway, all that and your calls, if you'd like to call in, you are welcome to call in. But anyway, guys, let's just get right on with the show.
1, 2, 3, 4. Oh,
So, how you guys doing? I am fine, and I have Bigg Bump with me. We are co-hosting today, and nice. What a mess. We're live on YouTube. We are live on Rumble, I do believe, and many other platforms, X, Facebook, Punchy.tv, yep, /Hake, and D Live, of course. Shout out to the D Live crew, I think. Nice. Okay. So, what shall we hit first? Bigg Bump.
Let me, so this is something that just happened, coming over, just getting in the car, driving over. And it's, so remember when I said about being possessed, right?
Yeah.
It was the same situation, but totally different, from what I really saw. So this time there was a young lady walking her dog this morning. She had a shirt on, and in the back it said, and I seen for sure, I read it correct this time. It says, "Thank you for choosing life." So it just hit me. I was like, oh, you know what? I see it now. I see this today.
That's funny.
Instead of the thinking that the gentleman's shirt said pro-choice. So it just hit me when I was driving. I was like, you know what? Hey, I see that today. I see that says pro-life. Thank you for choosing pro-life. So I gave myself a pat on the back for not being possessed by evil at the moment. So, but that was just a little thing that just happened.
Because another time you had seen a guy like pro-choice with a pro-choice thing, right?
Yeah. At least in my mind, I thought I saw pro-choice. Yeah, and I knew it said pro-choice, but I read it.
Wait, did you know it said pro-choice or pro-life? Well,
I'm saying in my mind, I knew it said pro-choice, but I seen that it said pro-life.
Oh, okay.
That and so it literally said pro-life.
Was this the same sticker? Same.
This was just it was a T-shirt. His was a T-shirt. Hers was a sweater.
Okay.
And hers had all that writing on the back. But his just had pro-life on the back of his. But Satan had me thinking that it said pro-choice, and hey, say I wanted to say something or just get involved somehow or just make a statement.
Yeah.
So it's funny how that happens when you get in your head or just something that thing just tells you, hey, look at this, and you're totally wrong about it.
Yeah.
But it was just strange that I seen it. Like I really saw that it said pro-life, but you couldn't tell me at that moment that it didn't say pro-choice.
That's funny. So you knew inwardly, wrongly knew.
Yeah.
That it was saying pro-choice.
Yeah. Right.
And because you're in the fight. Mentally, in your mind, in your imagination, you're in the fight against abortion.
Right. Yeah.
That's funny. Did you catch church with Jesse yesterday?
I did.
He gave that abortion fight example with the drinking the poison.
Oh, right. Yeah. The poison glasses.
They're both drinking the poison, thinking that they need to be involved in this fight.
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting distracted because I'm seeing Trump on the screen. Let me see if I can do this. Oh, darn. And this. And where did he say to do? Trump is speaking a little bit.
From this day forward, our country will flourish and be respected again all over the world. We will be the envy of every nation, and we will not allow ourselves to be taken advantage of any longer. During every single day of the Trump administration, I will very simply put America first.
That's nice. I believe him.
Yeah.
And Israel, that's okay. A little bit Israel.
Our sovereignty will be reclaimed. Our safety will be restored. The scales of justice will be rebalanced. The vicious, violent, and unfair weaponization of the Justice Department and our government will end.
Sorry about that. That was quiet. It's loud in my ears. How about yours?
It's loud in my ears. Yeah.
And our top priority will be to create a nation that is proud, prosperous, and free.
Nice. Right on, Mr. Trump, our greatest president.
Yeah. Shout out.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's kind of exciting that Trump is in.
Yes, it is.
I hope he lasts. It's crazy. My mind is busy because JLP is concerned. A lot of people are concerned about Trump's life.
Oh, yeah, for sure. The thing is, a lot of people forget that he was targeted. It was an assassination attempt. To me, that's like one of the biggest things almost ever, specifically involving him.
Yeah, especially in our generation.
Yeah, that was huge.
Yeah.
And it's like it's swept under the rug.
Yeah, that was kind of like maybe not as big as 9/11. It was bigger than January 6th.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah, for sure. For sure. I don't even know if that's on the same same book.
Although January 6th was bad for us.
Yeah.
It was bad for America, really, because of the reaction, not because of the incident itself.
What happened, right, yeah.
Interesting.
So like you're saying, there's still, I don't believe it's cold weather that made them go inside.
You think it was security?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I've seen a lot of reports, news reports, things where they were doing different and they were announcing they were doing different types of security, which I don't see why you would advertise the security measures.
Point. Interesting, yeah.
And then a week ago or a couple of days ago, they say we're going to bring it inside because of cold weather. But that something's a little off about that.
Yeah. What was the weather on January 6th? Wasn't it pretty cold back then?
It looked cold to me. Yeah.
I think it was colder on January 6th than it was, I don't know, 2021.
Right, yeah. I'm not sure what the weather was, but I think it would be cold at all times on January, any year in Virginia, D.C., Maryland area.
Yeah. I'm trying to look up the weather. What the weather was. Anyway, it's not that important. Do you have faith or do you have fear? Hake asks Chris. It's a fair question. All right. So I want to be able to get to calls and things. And in fact, let's get to one quick call before we get into these topics.
Right on.
Andrew in Scotland is on the line here. Andrew, you're live with Bigg Bump and Hake this morning. How are you doing? Andrew, can you hear me? Andrew, I think you might be on mute.
Can you hear me now?
There you are. Nice. I can.
There I am. Okay. Sorry, I had you on speakerphone or something there.
No worries.
No problem. Okay. Right. I want to talk. I didn't recognize that your friend was there, Bigg Bump. So shout out to Bigg Bump. He seems like a very rational man as well. So
right on.
Nice. But the things that I want to talk about today are actually quite dodgy subjects in Great Britain. And the two things I want to talk about are, one is I told you I was going to phone you back and give you an update on Tommy Robinson. So I would like to give you an update on him because he's still in jail.
He's the the English activist.
Yes, sir.
They call him Jewish, but English activists against the Muslim radical grooming gangs thing and all that.
Yeah,
and the invasion, the destruction of England.
Yeah, basically, he is somebody who used to be. There's a thing.
Sorry about that.
Well, hang on. There's a thing in Scotland they're called football casuals, and that means that you join a gang that is connected to a football team, and that's what started his activism. He became a football casual, and they like to fight all the time. But the issue is, slowly but surely, he's recognized that Islam is wrong and Christianity is right, even though he's not a Christian. And now he's paying the penalty by being in jail. And when he comes out of jail, well, fortunately, your friend from your side of the pond, Elon Musk, is actually helping this guy out because he knows that this guy has done some wrong things, but he is also obsessed with the truth. And you see, when you're obsessed with the truth, there's no way back. You can't go back. You have to go forward.
Interesting.
And that's what Tony is doing. Yeah, and but the other reason that I wanted to call you today is actually something that's even more disturbing, which is Scotland are going to end up fighting England again, and that will destroy Great Britain.
Wow. You mean like a real war or just political fight?
No. I don't mean a political fight. I mean what you first thought.
Wow. What makes you say this?
Because Scottish people don't actually like English people by nature. We don't like our neighbour. By nature, we don't like them. That's why we separated ourselves from them. And it took about 500 years to keep on arguing with England. I'll tell you how it is, right? Scotland is the boyfriend, and England is the girlfriend, right? And the girlfriend doesn't want to let the boyfriend leave.
The possessive girlfriend. Yeah.
Yes, sir. And they're saying, nah, you can't leave because you're actually attached to us. And Scotland are like, nah, F you, we can leave you.
Wow. Interesting.
Yeah. What I'm saying is, my dad died 3 years ago. He was the best man I've ever met. His name was Jim Pete, and my name is Andy Pete. And I says to my dad, I says, do you not think that civil war could happen again between Scotland and England? And he said to me, because he was a smart guy, he was like, no way, because it took us so long to iron out our problems. And I says, but I don't think we did iron out our problems entirely. And that means that all it takes is a couple of wrong things to happen, and Scotland will fight England again.
Wow.
At a measurement of 10 to 1. There's 70 million people in England and there's 7 million in Scotland. But when you annoy Scottish people to a certain point, they will fight the people closest to them. And who's closest to us? England.
What a mess. Yeah, that's true. You end up fighting the people closest to you. That's true. Wow. Well, I wish it doesn't sound like either side would be right either.
No, I entirely agree with you. I'm writing a song right now. I'm a songwriter. That's what I do when I'm not working in the forest.
And I'm
writing a song.
Andrew, wrap it up. I gotta move forward quickly here.
All right. Oh, well, okay. I'll leave it at this then. I'm writing a song about St. Andrew, who is the patron saint of Scotland. I'll leave it there.
Okay. Cool, man. Well, send it to me by email if you can. Andrew in Scotland. Appreciate it.
No problem. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Take care. Bye. Wow.
Yeah, and I appreciate Tommy Robinson. I do. Yeah.
Same here, man.
It seems that he's put himself in the position that he's in, but like Andrew was saying, at this point, it's almost like you can't stop.
Right.
You have to go. You have to go. 100% from here on out. It's crazy how they get him in there, and he says himself. Tommy Robinson says himself that whenever they jail him, it's like a death sentence because he knows that the Muslims are after him.
Yeah, true.
Every time he gets locked up. So
he's been at it and a target for a decade at least.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Since I was a producer, maybe before that, of the JLP show.
Right, yeah.
Which was 2014, 2013.
Mm-hmm.
The ADL is after him. 5 things to know. The Anti-Defamation League. Or are they up for him? Because he's Jewish, they say. People say he's Jewish.
Right.
And I could believe that because his name's Stephen Yaxley-Lennon.
Yeah.
British anti-Muslim bigot with ties to far-right groups. Far-right usually means like centrist, center-left, center-right maybe. But sometimes a little Nazi-friendly or whatever you want to call it. Former soccer hooligan. Adopted the name Tommy Robinson from another infamous soccer hooligan associated blah, blah, blah. Interesting. I want to see the headlines. Okay. Robinson's anti-immigrant rhetoric and protests in the UK attracted attention and support of anti-immigrant activists in the U.S. Okay, so he caught the favor of some decent people, or some people who were reasonable. His anti-immigrant and anti-Muslim views, so-called anti-immigrant and so-called anti-Muslim views, drawn support from so-called far-right figures, meaning centrists, in the U.S. Laundry list of criminal activity, including false identity, fraud, and contempt of court. And some of those are valid crimes, and some of those are political or persecution. Okay, so that's the ADL on Tommy Robinson. I like going to ADL and SPLC to find out about some people because they tell you about them, and you know how to read, you see through
the mess. Yeah, right.
You know how to translate it.
Yeah.
You know a little bit about them anyway. Okay, let's get to some topics though before we get back to calls and super chats. What'd you want to hit first?
Do the I guess maybe the Steve Bannon.
Okay.
Since you just played Donald Trump, President Trump.
True.
Yeah. So it's a headline from InfoWars. Trump broke the oligarchs. Bannon says tech moguls attending inauguration surrendered to incoming president. And I'm not surprised. It makes sense to me that all these so-called oligarchs are running to the hem of Donald Trump. They're bowing down, kissing the ring, and saying pretty much you broke, like it says in here, that Trump will and has broke them.
Wow.
From Zuckerberg to Bezos.
Steve Bannon, for those who don't know, Steve Bannon was in the Trump administration.
He was part of the Trump administration.
And before that, I remember he interviewed JLP. He was associated closely with Breitbart.
Yes.
He was kind of running Breitbart after
editor, right?
After Andrew died, Andrew Breitbart, which is a center-right media outlet.
Far right.
Far right?
That's what they
call
say.
it far right.
Exactly, yeah.
And they were called fake news by Wikipedia and others, but they're no faker than the liberal media, probably realer than the middle.
Definitely.
Yeah. But anyway, former White House chief strategist, Steve Bannon. Wow, nice.
Yeah.
Oh, he was on ABC.
This was ABC, Sunday ABC. Yeah, this was, I think, yesterday specifically, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
Yeah, yesterday morning. One of those morning
Oh, yeah, those
shows.
Sunday morning shows.
Yeah.
They don't go to church, they go to the TV. They're there as supplicants. They're not there as oligarchs. Mm-hmm. We had no power. President Trump was out. And when I mean out, the political... Wow. What a switch, huh? Mm-hmm. What an interesting way to put it, too.
Yeah. Because how do you say the supplicant thing where,
Supplicants means give your prayers and supplications to the Lord.
Right.
And these people also have to supplicate to Trump, who's large and in charge. The people clearly want Trump running the show.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. And they tried everything they could to shut him down, censor, keep him quiet, keep supporters quiet, and now they have to, like I said, bow down to him now. Be in his good graces.
Yeah,
it's fear, and they don't want any retaliation, for lack of better words, to anything to come back on them, because they treated him bad, like horrible.
Yeah, they really did.
Yeah.
Facebook banned him.
Mm-hmm.
X banned him, although Twitter banned him. X brought him back.
Right.
But there's still liberals at X. And all kinds of stuff. YouTube. Mm-hmm. YouTube was very... I saw Sundar Pichai over at the thing. I don't know if I was taking a few screenshots of the inauguration. Let's see. Inauguration. Let's see if these come up.
Pichai is the...
Is that him? There he
Oh,
is.
Google. The
Google CEO
alphabet,
Sundar
yeah.
Pichai. Google is evil. That's what my competitor
Yeah.
repeatedly said. There's Mark Zuckerberg at the inauguration. See, there's Elon Musk.
All the big tech
Yeah.
models. Yeah.
I was streaming. There's Bill and Hillary. Bill's looking a little better. I saw this. That was funny. Her neck is sort of craned forward. We're looking at
Sotomayor?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
Sotomayor. And there's the other woman, Elena Kagan.
Kagan.
Those are Obama people. There's the black one, the Biden one, which is Obama. There's the second gentleman and the first so-called lady.
They've there've been some memes about them too lately about
really?
like cozying up to each other. Like it's been pretty funny. I've seen
Because their spouses are nutty. Shout out. That's funny. So Dr. Jill Biden is cozying up with
Emhoff.
Yeah, Doug Emhoff?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
can't-
They've been holding hands.
Really?
I think this is legitimate. Where someone was, it may have been Kamala was in the middle, and then Jill was off to the right, Emhoff was in the left, and they were like holding hands like this, kind of. It seemed real. I think it's a real photo.
Wow.
And then another of them, but I seen the hug, like a hug first, and then I seen that picture. I'm like, hold on, maybe, I don't know. But they probably put that in my head to go off on that jag.
Emhoff is he's a guy who's Jewish, and you can tell that he's very what is that word when you're touchy-feely, friendly, affectionate. He looks like an affectionate person.
Like how Biden can be with the
Yeah,
kids,
yeah,
kind of
exactly.
how he's rubbing and
Right.
Yeah,
So I could almost picture what you're saying.
yeah.
And then he's affectionate with Biden's caretaker. Terrible. There's the Chad,
Right.
Don Jr., and there's the Chad S. Ivanka. That's Ivanka, right? I think it's so.
Yeah, yeah,
Why is she wearing black? Look at Barron. What a Chad.
yeah.
He's taller than Elon Musk. I don't know who these other people are. And look at this. So I was taking video of how slow versus how fast some of these Supreme Court justices are when they're walking in. Look at him, normal. There's the greatest one.
Yeah.
There's another guy. And then she's kind of fast and neck forward. She's normal. And then look at her. She's like storming in. Did you guys see that? There's Ketanji. Why is she storming in so fast?
She's
Looking
short.
like she had a bad attitude.
She's like a little midget.
Oh,
or
she has to
something.
walk fast just to keep up.
Yeah.
Oh, that could be interesting. So I had to take a screen recording of that. Anyway,
And blacks are fast too.
indeed.
They can they sprint pretty fast. Yeah.
Yeah.
So she's just automatically has nice speed to her.
She just seems though like she has a bad attitude.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if I'm reading into it, but she's not happy about this president.
I seen her, and I was gonna last time on the beginning of the year. There was and it may have been even before that she was on doing Broadway, like a queer play or something like
Oh,
that.
really?
Yeah. I was like, what is this? And she's all into it too, you know.
She's wearing a neck dress, or breast dress, whatever you call it. I don't know, the thing that hangs, necklace thing. It reminds me of the doily that the notorious RGB had. Let me show it to you. We don't have time. I skipped ahead.
But it does though. You're right.
Except it's worse.
Or a necklace? Like
Yeah.
I can't tell what it is.
Is it
but
an
yeah,
African thing?
That's where my mind went straight to.
Her
went
parents
straight to
did
that.
give her this African name.
Yeah.
She doesn't know better. She's Gen X, I think. Literally, I think she's your generation.
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah.
What a mess.
Yeah.
So back to the oligarchs. Sorry about that
Yeah.
strange
No
interlude.
problem. But it all makes sense though. It all works in between. Yeah, so Steve Bannon being, he is aggressive and he doesn't take any mess really. But he feels also that these same individuals should be adjudicated. They need to be, held accountable for the things that they did.
Yeah.
Regardless of cozying up, trying to get back in good graces, that they need to, be dealt with and criminally.
They're as bad, maybe worse, than the liberal media. You know how the liberal media tries to sway elections and does?
Yeah.
They really did.
Yeah.
They really tried
Very
to
much
sway
so.
things and, like, censor the president when he was president in his last couple of weeks there.
Right, yeah.
That's interesting.
And everyone wants to know, how would it, who's the gentleman that interviewed? That was John Carl was the host.
This guy.
Yeah. Yeah. That, they because I've seen it with Bondi. What's her name? Pam Bondi?
Pam Bondi?
Yeah.
Yep.
That they asked her about, the J6ers, or I think that's who it was. But it's like the same thing. Are you going to go case by case maybe? But they always stop to ask, are you going to retaliate? In a sense, I guess that's the word that I'll use for both of them. But are you going to retaliate for what was done to you?
Yeah.
They always ask that question, but they never. They never say this was done to you.
Right.
It was all out. There was nothing, no help given, no quarter at all.
Yeah.
They just went after everyone from President Trump on down.
That's so true.
And now they're getting ruffled by something that really happened being taken seriously and being taken to court and being looked at in a serious manner.
That's so true, man. They don't acknowledge that they're guilty of what they're preemptively trying to accuse Trump of doing.
Right.
Weaponizing the Justice Department, going after his political enemies. These are enemies of America.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And they're crying. It's like what the anti-Jewish people say that Jewish people do, is they cry out as they strike you.
Oh.
Stop! Don't hit me. And then they're hitting. Meanwhile, they're hitting you.
They're hitting you. Yeah. Right. You hit it right back. Yeah.
So,
that's exactly how
playing
it works.
Victim.
Yeah.
Evil mama playing victim.
Yes. Exactly.
Trying to demonize daddy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I have this, let's see. Which one? Oh, man. Wrong one. How did I get there? Sorry about that. Oh, Skype. Yeah, there's Trump speaking. Nice. Well, that's an interesting point, man. The evil people. Steve Bannon he strikes me as a pretty solid guy.
Yeah.
Good for him.
Yeah.
And he puts the message out to the mainstream media, far left, off the deep end, extremist ABC News.
Yeah. And they're very extreme.
Yeah. Let's see what he has to say.
What do you make of the fact that sitting there with him, I guess now we're inside, but you're going to see the three richest Americans ever. You're going to see Elon Musk, Mark Zuckerberg, Jeff Bezos, prime seats. That doesn't seem like the forgotten men and women that Trump talked about last time. Are you surprised?
I am not. They're there as supplicants. They're not there as the oligarchs. Remember what Biden said about the oligarchs. Jonathan, you know better than anybody because you've chronicled this in detail. We had no power.
I like that they're doing it in the war room
That's what
studio.
I was about to say. Yeah.
Good old Steve Bannon promoting his stuff.
No, you come to me.
Steve Bannon has a war room, not to be confused with Owen Schroyer's war room.
Right, yeah.
Okay, it's two different war rooms, but they're on the same side, I think.
Yeah.
President Trump was out. And I mean, when out, the political class in the Republican Party and Fox News turned against him. We're going to make him a non-person.
He was banned from their platforms.
Yep.
For, I think, 18 months. But as soon as Zuckerberg said, I've been invited and I'm going, the floodgates opened up and they were all there knocking, trying to be supplicants. So I look at this, and I think most people in our movement look at this as President Trump broke the oligarchs. He broke them, and they surrendered. They came and said, oh, we'll take off any constraints. There'll be no more checkings, everything. And when Biden talks about that, they create the oligarchs. They only became oligarchs, and they flipped on them when they had surrendered, and now they're going to come to Trump saying, I view this as September of 1945, the Missouri, and you have the Imperial High Command,
the Imperial Japanese,
and he's like Douglas.
Two people who know history. I don't know what they're talking about. Do you?
No, I know the terms. I knew he was referring to Japanese.
Okay,
but I didn't know all that. Yeah, I didn't even look into it. Yeah,
these guys talking so smart in front of us.
That is an official surrender. Okay, and I think it's powerful.
Nice. Well, right on with that. Let me just play this other one.
Mark Zuckerberg is there. Do you believe his conversion?
Absolutely not. I think Mark Zuckerberg's a criminal. I think I think in a properly adjudicated yes, for 2020, for the Zuckerbucks. But I want to see that. I want to see that in a systematic adjudication, either in the House or, I think, better with a grand jury and a special prosecutor to go through 2020.
You want Trump's Justice Department under Trump to prosecute
I didn't say that.
Mark Zuckerberg.
I didn't say that. What I want is the House to do it first. But if they're not prepared to do it, a special counsel set up that looks at the 2020 election and looks at it seriously and adjudicates it. If there's nothing there, there's nothing there. Zuckerberg's
that sounds kind of fair.
Road to Damascus.
I still like Zuckerberg, but you guys are right. I don't trust him. I like him. I appreciate him, but I don't trust him.
Yeah. Came a little late. It was after the 5th of November. It's very, now he wants to be a bro. He kung fu fights. He's going to UFC. He's got his hair done differently. He's cut. That doesn't hack it with me. That guy will flip on President Trump, and he'll flip on us in a second when it's convenient for him. Yeah, he will flip.
That's fair. I think that's a fair assessment.
Because he just did it.
Yeah.
So why wouldn't you do it again? You know, someone like that. I have to see what happens.
Indeed.
Yeah. Very convenient to do, Well,
you shouldn't. Change. You really shouldn't trust anybody.
Yeah.
Period.
Right.
You shouldn't be like, yeah. But nice. It's a good direction, regardless.
Right.
I don't even care.
Right. Yeah. And again, I don't know how he's looking at it, but it's possible. Maybe he really had a change of heart. Maybe he did repent. But, but there's a but in there, so we'll see what happens. And it's a tough one. I get it. I get where he still needs to be held accountable for what he did, and what he has done.
His woman whispering to him. What a mess. Nice. That's a good story, man.
Yeah. I was like,
Shape up or ship out.
Yeah. You're gonna get it together. You got to get it together.
Yeah.
Or you're gonna get rolled over, man.
That's the truth.
That's for sure. I'm telling you. Yeah. Yeah.
That applies to everybody.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Bannon is not an honorable man, says Ike the man.
Okay, Ike.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't really think of him as honorable or dishonorable or whatever. What a stupid haircut and face. I'm not sure which one he's talking about, because Steve Bannon has this long hair now.
Hey, he wants to talk about Zuckerberg and his perm.
Yeah. Let's get to William in California before we move forward. William in California on the line. William the third. William. What's up, William? Thank you for calling and holding, man. What's up?
Hey, how you doing, number 5?
Doing fine, thank you.
All right. Congratulations on everything. Hey, good morning, Bigg Bump.
Good morning, William. How you doing, man?
Nice looking hat you got there, bro.
Yeah, right on. I appreciate it. Thank you, sir.
Well, 4 years, 3 months, and 2 weeks. We've been waiting on this day.
True.
We've been waiting on this day, but I'm going to tell you, looks like, what's that judge? What's her name? Ketanji? What is her? How do you say it?
Ketanji Onyeka
You like
Brown
like
Jackson. I try to click away from the mic so that the click doesn't hurt the people's ears.
Yeah. Well, she didn't look happy. Kamala looks miserable. Both of them look miserable. Well, 3 people I noticed: Hillary and the judge you just mentioned, and Kamala looked very miserable. But it's over.
Yeah.
DEI is over. Woke is over. All of that stuff is over. Environmental Protection Agency is gone. Everything's done. And from day one, this is a good president. He's going to go to work right away.
Yeah.
He's going to go to work right away.
Is that old, what's her name singing?
I don't know who that is.
I think that might be the woman who says he got to,
Oh, yeah.
All right. That's nice, I guess.
You ought to be ashamed of yourself. Yeah, you had last week. You had this choir at church or something, and they were singing and everything. And I said, James, you ought to be ashamed of yourself.
That was a popcorn tip. Popcorn Stump Cake asked me to play it, and I never play stuff. I never play stuff that people want me to play. It's black privilege and white guilt. That's what that was. Oh, man.
Oh, Lord, man. You kill me with this, dude. I wonder if some of these blacks realize you're making fun of them. You actually are, James. You be doing that on purpose. Is it Mike Jordan? Is it... Never heard of him. All of that. You be doing that on purpose, James.
That's funny, man.
That was funny, though, at the end of the Friday show when you put that on. I was like, James ought to be ashamed of himself. All these people, Jesus.
Hey, William, I texted James when it was playing. I told him, that looks like my mom's church that she goes to in Florida. It looked exactly the same way. They do the same thing.
Same way,
yeah. Same thing. It was funny.
Do I still have
I've been to a few. You know what, Jay? Let me tell you, I am Catholic, and I have been to some of those churches. You know what I mean? You ought to see me, this one black guy standing in the middle of all these black people, uncomfortable. Like, I don't know what to do because I practice a little bit differently.
That's true, man.
Yeah, you're typically
They're way
quiet.
different, you know, and they be like trying to flip me. So we're going to flip him. Yeah. But everything is over and everything. And I'm up here at the ranch right now, man. The cows even look happier.
Right on, dude.
They're just looking at me with this look like, he's back.
Well deserved. The cows should be happier. Maybe they won't get that flu. You know what I mean?
Flu? Oh, yeah.
Whatever flu's going on.
Yeah, keep them vaccinated. They're all done pretty. They're doing pretty good. They didn't run me over either, James.
Nice.
Yeah, you had that video about cows rushing a person, and that person was panicking.
Yeah,
that was funny.
No.
Yeah. Well, they like if you come up you come in the field, you open the gate, you come in the field. If you got something on the back of that truck that they really like, well, yeah, they'll run up, or like grain or something like that. They can smell that stuff from a long way, and they'll come running, but they're not going to mess with you.
I know.
A bull will, but he's not going to even really do anything either as long as he gets what he wants, which is cows and food, heifers and food. You know how that goes. But congratulations to everybody.
Thank you, William. Yeah. Appreciate it. It's good to hear from you, man.
Take care, Bigg Bump. It's good to hear from you, too.
Likewise.
All right.
Bye.
Okay, we got to get back to business. We only got like an hour and 10 minutes left or less. So, what's next?
You want to go into the this one keeps popping up ads.
Horrible.
The from Gunpowder magazine.
Okay, yes. The government agency just demanded gun confiscation.
Yeah. So, yeah, Arizona, the Arizona Department of Health Services, ADHS.
Oh, you're right. These ads are crazy.
Yeah.
The ADHS?
Yes. Arizona Department of Health Services. That,
and this was just reported on Friday.
Yeah.
By Gunpowder magazine. Anthony Morelli.
Yeah, that it says they directly call for gun confiscation, and with the confiscation that they're gun confiscation is I'm against.
Yeah.
So,
including from the mentally ill.
Yeah, yeah. The Second Amendment.
If you don't belong in the public, you belong in.
Right.
I mean, if you don't belong in the public with a gun, you belong in jail or the crazy house.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's that's just that simple.
Right.
You know?
In a straitjacket.
Yeah. Being cared for.
Yeah. Sorry, crazy people. And I hate that they're diagnosing all of us crazy and trying to give us drugs so that they have an excuse to take our guns.
Exactly.
And their freedom.
Yeah.
Selectively, of course.
Yeah.
What a mess.
So this
Department of Health Services.
Yeah. So that comes into play with they're saying families. If you have kids, married with kids or kids. Go ahead. You're about to say it.
The men of those families, those are the people who need the guns the most.
Exactly. Though that's exactly who needs the gun. That's protection. You know, you need that. You know.
I see billboards saying "Stop family fire" all the time.
Oh.
End family fire. You know, on these billboards that say "Lock your guns away, lock them up, hide them," so that you can't access them when the criminals break into your home, home invade.
It's crazy.
Well, the idea is so that the kids don't get it and shoot themselves or their parents or whatever.
Right.
But you raise your kids right.
Yeah.
Yeah. They don't. That's not anybody's business but the families.
Right.
I get that people are so out of control. You're making a lot of paperwork for the cops and for the. But they do paperwork. They voluntarily do a bunch of paperwork. I mean, the politicians who are making these dumb laws and all that stuff.
Yeah.
They create so much paperwork for the cops.
They do. You're right.
It's like these seatbelt laws.
Yeah.
You die, so what? But that makes a whole lot of problems for everybody else because it's a fatality and it's more problems. It's more of a nuisance. You create a public nuisance. I'm slightly communist, I think. People ask if Hake is a communist, and I might be a little bit.
Yeah.
It's terrible. But I also appreciate freedom, boomer freedom.
Yeah,
and
I
Gen
do
X
too.
freedom.
Speaking of that, I was about to say that my very first football game, although it was a jamboree game, which is like a pregame for the season, we played at this major stadium in the city called the Gator Bowl at the time. We so hyped that day. We drove. It had at least 6 kids. I was in a pickup truck in the back on the freeway. They don't call it freeways in Florida, but whatever they call it. But it's about 10 miles away from our park at the time. We drove that whole way to the stadium on the back of it. Just maybe 6 or 7 of us, maybe less, but we drove that distance to the park in the back of a pickup truck. Equipment and all.
What state was this?
Florida.
Based.
Yeah.
Riding in the back of a truck. Okay, so let me see if there are images of this. Yeah, like this.
Just like
Except there were like 6 or 7 of you guys.
Yeah.
On the freeway.
Yeah.
Look, there they are on the freeway.
Yeah.
Riding in the open air.
That was so
It had no
cool,
shell,
man.
no belts.
Nothing.
No carpet. Look at them.
Nothing at all. Just our football equipment.
Wow.
And
was the person driving carefully?
I really don't remember.
Slowly?
I don't even remember I wasn't
Smooth?
traumatized by it at all, so I assumed that everything was just fine. And if it was, we probably were so high and getting ready to play that we were...
high on life.
High on life, yeah.
Right.
Yeah. But yes, let me clarify that.
Yeah.
That, he could have almost ran into someone I didn't even remember.
Yeah.
But that's freedom.
That's true. It's an expression of freedom.
And that was 89. I think I have a football card that
Oh,
says
so you were
89.
a kid?
Oh, yeah.
You were like 10, 11?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. I think I was 10.
Okay.
I don't believe I had turned 11. Yeah. It would have had to have been 10. Yeah.
Dude, I remember us kids rode in the back of my dad's pickup truck. As soon as he said riding in the back of the pickup truck,
Yeah.
we rode in the back, although I was belted in.
Oh.
I had to wear it was literally like a leather belt up against the cab.
Okay.
And my dad had it carpeted. He carpeted it.
Yeah.
And it had it had like around the wheel well.
Yeah. Like a
He had
bench.
built out like a bench thing that you can open up. I don't know if he built it or if he bought it.
Right.
But and it had a shell. And it was so fun.
My stepmother's...
Stick shift, by the way.
My stepmother's parents.
Toyota.
I call them my grandparents. Same thing. He built the same thing. He may have had a Ford Ranger. But he did exactly the same thing, but he didn't have seat belts at all. He just had the shell with
There was one belt for me, and then eventually it got too tight. I couldn't fit it.
Become a big boy, huh?
Yeah. And I liked that better.
Yeah.
I didn't want to be stuck there.
Right.
But it was fun. I remember, and also I rode in the back of my grandparents' Civic. They had like a hatchback Civic, old Civic,
yeah.
with the lines on the thing, and I remember riding in the back of it.
Yeah.
And then in the back of my best friend's teacher, his mother, she had this like one of those little long suburban things. I forget what it is, but these.
Oh, like a El Camino or something like that? No?
No, it was like a white Ford, sort of a hatchback, but it had 4 doors. No, it had 4 doors, and then and it wasn't curved down; it was straight across. And we rode in the back of that too. Like it had like a long, instead of a trunk, it was.
Oh, okay. I kind of think I know what you're talking about.
It was like a long thing. They might have been called Suburbans, but I'm not talking about the SUV style thing. It was like a car that was just long at the back.
I kind of think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We rode in the back of those things all the time. Yeah. Not necessarily open air. Open air would be another level.
Yeah, that's another level. You haven't witnessed anything till you.
Because then you could pop up and pop out, I guess.
Man, I'm telling you, it was the craziest thing. Yeah, thinking about it now, it was wild. But it was so cool.
Yeah.
It was so, and that's not the only time I've been in the back of a truck like that, especially not back then,
the
80s. It was almost normal,
Right.
And
my friends rode in the literal trunk, because we didn't have enough room because we all piled into like 2 or 3 cars.
Yeah.
And so I remember my friend, I almost doxed his first name. He rode in the trunk, and he's like knocking on it. You guys are going too fast. I was almost jealous.
You want to be back there, huh? Yeah.
Yeah. Because it's fun.
Yeah. And also with that, the helmet issue.
Yeah.
They still, in Florida, as far as I know, they don't, it's not authorized, mandated to wear it.
I felt like a nerd the first time I put on my helmet. Because 7th and 8th grade, that's about the time that in California, they forced us to wear helmets.
You're saying child. I'm thinking of motorcycles. In Florida, they don't even have to have a helmet for riding your motorcycle.
Yeah.
But yeah, the kid thing with riding a bike and having a helmet on.
Embarrassing. You look like such a nerd following the rules.
Right.
Put on your helmet. At least I got a cool colored helmet. It was like dark gray. So anyway.
Okay.
Oh, but this Wannabe Bocceli is singing. Oh, yeah. Let's see if we can hear it real quick. Side note, guys, I like this guy, I think, maybe. He sings well. Way better than that gal.
Is this the same guy that was in Pennsylvania?
I think so.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Eat your heart out, Joe Biden. Man, that's nice. Right on.
Yeah.
Sweet. Sorry about that, guys. I just wanted to. I like that.
Speaking because I seen his face in the background. That his pardons, I guess this morning's pardons, or last night.
Oh,
maybe?
Biden did some more pardons?
Milley, Fauci.
Mark Milley, Fauci, Dr. Fauci?
And the J6 committee members.
Oh, my God.
It just hit me. Yeah. Where did I see it? I saw it, and then when I went, my wife mentioned it to me as I got out the shower, but I didn't say anything. She didn't know,
yeah.
But I knew. I had seen it right before I hopped in the shower, and yeah, it said Fauci, Mark Milley, J6 committee members, and it could have been something else. Or someone else. But yeah, those were
Christopher Macchio is the guy singing.
Oh, okay.
Christopher Macchio. And I think that woman might have been Carrie Underwood.
Okay. I was going to say Clarkson. What's her name? Kelly Clarkson.
Kelly Clarkson.
But I don't know him.
Me neither. They all look the same to me.
Okay, Underwood. Okay.
Yeah. You got to undo it.
I don't know that song.
Man, it's a nice song.
Yeah, okay.
I don't do it justice, obviously.
That's probably why I don't know what it is, huh?
You know what's ridiculous to me? I have to see if I can show you guys this thing. This little screenshot. This inclusive aspect. Oh, hold on. This inclusive aspect of, I don't like this. Okay, so the schedule for the inauguration ceremony, it's all including these other religions. And Trump is probably fine with it because he's not, he's so nice, unlike Hake. The ceremony will conclude with a benediction of, here, let me stretch, oh man. Okay, from Rabbi Dr. Ari Berman, who's president of, there we go. Sorry, I'm just trying to read this. This is from CBS News. Rabbi Ari Berman, president of Yeshiva something. It's a Jewish guy. Okay. Imam. What in the world? Sorry about this, guys. An imam guy. I'm such a boomer. Sorry about this, Bigg Bump.
No, that's all right.
Okay, we're at the top of the hour. We're going to have to get moving. But Imam Hushan al-Husseini of the Karbala Islamic Education Center, Pastor Lorenzo Sewell, S-E-W-E-L. How would you say that?
I would say Sewell.
Of 180 Church Detroit, and the Reverend Father Mark Mann of the Roman Catholic Diocese of Brooklyn. Crazy. And then again, the national anthem performed by that Macchio. And he just sang that. So that part is, we got to miss the benediction from Jewish, Muslim, regular Christian, I guess, Detroit though, black guy maybe.
Yeah.
And then a Catholic, Reverend Father Frank Mann. And some of these guys might be okay as they go, you know. But why three different religions?
Right. Yeah.
That's a mess.
Maybe that's the last of the DEI. Now it's over. They don't need any more of that.
No, Trump is part of this DEI. You know it. You know it, and I know it. He includes people.
Yeah, he does.
And it's not in an evil way. The way that he does it is, he just loves everybody.
Yeah, yeah.
He's just a boomer. who loves everybody.
Right. I agree with that.
And he'll
That's
go
how I see
along
it.
with, he may even be aware that they're being used, you know, that it's all fake, but he's real about it, in my opinion.
Yeah, I believe so. I don't, of course, if I did see it, I would say, but I see, like, he's just all around genuine. Like, he's just regular. Like, I don't know. I just say and see it as, you know, he's an everyday guy.
Yeah.
You know, billionaire or not, he's just everyday
That's right.
type guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Terrible.
I definitely appreciate it, like I said. I appreciate Donald Trump.
Yeah,
President
me too.
Donald Trump.
Our greatest president.
I
And
appreciate
there's the
that
next
guy,
one
too.
coming
Yeah,
up.
let's go.
Baron Trump.
Hey, they're
Stand up
crazy
straight,
about
boy.
him. The young ladies love Baron Trump.
Yeah, Misty's said that he is so handsome. Look, there's that Jewish couple.
Yeah.
The
Kushner,
Ivanka and
yeah.
Kushner. And those gals singing from the Navy. That's the Glee Club or something like that?
Yeah,
I
that's
don't
what it said up there, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, nice. Okay, so we were talking about, let's finish up this story about the evil Arizona Health Department,
Yeah.
so-called.
I hope I didn't close it on my end.
I know, huh?
'Cause that was a whole bunch. Yeah. So like you were saying, I don't know if anyone needs a firearm, a gun more than anyone else, but
Right.
it's a family. You have more people to protect,
Right.
and that can't necessarily protect themselves.
That's right.
That if you take that from you, they don't have anything. You know, they don't have anything that equalize something else.
Right.
And
Guns are the great equalizer.
yes.
If the crook has an element of surprise and storms into your house, maybe they do in numbers and they have guns, you need an equalizer.
Yeah, and that just
That's crazy.
yeah, it is, and that just shows that the government doesn't care about you at all. They not one bit. They don't care for your protection, your security, none, any of that, and that's what stuck with me the most. As soon as I heard it, I'm like, what? Or read that it was specifically the families that they were going after with this, that I was like, this is crazy. It doesn't make sense, but government policies and laws don't make sense anyway, so.
Yeah, that's true, man.
Go down a little bit. I did see something. Oh, there you go.
Is this it?
So-called God. I can't see. Wait, where is it?
I know, this is kind of bad. It's kind of far away. Is it from the Truth About Guns? A report from Arizona government entity suggesting the best way to protect the state's children from so-called gun violence is to remove all firearms in households with children is getting some major pushback. Annual report to the legislature by Arizona Child Fatality Review Team reviewed child deaths in 2023. Included the team's recommendations. They believe the most effective way to prevent firearm-related deaths is to remove all firearms in households with children because the presence of firearms in a household increases the risk of suicide among adolescents.
Right, that's the part.
If they're suicidal, that's another
That's
issue
a whole
entirely.
nother situation.
Talk
yeah.
about treating symptoms and not treating the root
Yeah.
issue. And they shouldn't even be involved in the symptom or the root issue,
Right.
honestly.
Right. Just stay out. Just get out. But that's the mama in government.
Conservatives don't have suicidal children. If you have suicidal children, basically consider yourself exposed and doxxed as a liberal. You're a liberal. You were faking it. You were faking it as a fake conservative. And that's probably most of us,
Right.
you know. But I mean, for real, liberals are the ones who are doing. It's in liberal towns that these things happen.
Yeah,
That these mass
that's
shootings
what
happen.
really happens. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. You can.
Because liberals are worse off mentally than conservatives. The statistics show.
Yeah, they
per capita.
Being a liberal is mentally deranged,
and it's bad for you.
Yeah,
ladies. Shout out. Oh man, that is talk about a ham-fisted, evil mama spirit, wolf in sheep's clothing approach.
Right.
That is crazy. Interesting though. It's so dumb. It reminds me of talking with my atheist friend, T-Jump. He's like, "Oh yeah, we need to just take away all the guns."
Right. Yeah.
It'll work.
I don't even. There's nothing about that logic that makes any sense whatsoever.
Yeah. You have to have an intellectual dark mind to see it, and I think I kind of do. But I fight against it. But I should let go. I should let go because it's a mess. Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, it is. It is the most, in a sense, vulnerable need that they need something, some help in that. It's almost the only help they can have is protection. And the Arizona government is after that. And again, like you said, even it's bad in itself, but even that health services.
Yeah, the health.
Yeah.
Doctors. I see doctors on Twitter because they have to treat gunshot wounds, right? And it's horrific. I get it. But their solution is liberalism. First of all, they were brainwashed in liberalism because they're no older, they're younger than me. And all of our peers.
Yes.
I mean, they're just roughly our age. And all of our peers are dumb, blind, brainwashed people, especially if they end up liberal.
Right.
It's like, okay, you're stupid. I don't care if you are a trained doctor. I was smart. These people copied off of me in school, and then became doctors because they're all into the thing. You know? And that doesn't even matter, right? That's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, good to know. Thank you, Gunpowder Magazine, for the tip, and Bigg Bump for looking out for us. Yeah, and they're not going to stop.
No.
They will get their way, I bet, eventually.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah. It's like I was trying to tell Art from Ohio, you don't have a Second Amendment. I'm not for you not having a Second Amendment, but they just have to pretend. Basically, there are those of those like Trump and others fighting for the Second Amendment. Oh, and Trump took away the bump stocks and this and that, whatever.
Right.
He was for the Second Amendment. And those are the people standing in the way. Guys like Wayne LaPierre, standing in the way of this brainwashing, mass destruction.
Yeah, because it's because people fall for it.
Oh,
they fall for it. You know, the moment they get the news, the buzz, the notification on their phone that someone was killed or there was a mass shooting, which happens in the hood all the time, but a school shooting or wherever, any type of situation, they fall right for it. There's no, they don't ever have anyone speaking about it during these interviews that have any pro Second Amendment takes on it. It's just all, hey, we need to do something about this. That's it's like a catchphrase. We need to do something about this.
I know.
You know?
Stupid.
Yeah.
Do nothing. Thoughts and then they mock us for saying, or people, the Christians or normal people for saying thoughts and prayers.
Yeah.
And they have a point that it is a lame thoughts and prayers thing. It's like an empty statement.
Yes.
But their solution is way worse.
Yeah.
Is way worse.
Right.
Yeah. Terrible.
Yeah, it is. It's bad. It's not.
Yeah. Let's get to a couple of super chats, man, if we can.
Go
Are you
Yeah.
done with this topic?
Yeah. That's fine.
Was there anything else you wanted
No,
to say?
not on there. No. It's cool. We can go.
Okay. Because we do have a lot to get to. Greggatron bought our coffee. Hake. Did I hear Hayden said historically Jesus has always been white? Just go Google. I am paraphrasing. He did say something like that. The white image of Christ came from Cesare Borgia, something like that. He was the illegitimate son of Pope Alexander VI in the late 1400s. I'm surprised more people don't know this by now. Since Hayden wants to use Google, just Google the name. So historically, Jesus has been white for only like 600 years. You can ask Bigg Bump. You're welcome, Ronnie. It says, Black Greggatron. See him, he's black. Let's see. Cesare Borgia. That's him.
Yeah.
That's the one who, see, and that's not even that white. See, I don't even consider this white. This is like Italian, which is Jewish.
Yeah.
Italian and Jewish, they both look the same. They're like light-skinned, olive-skinned, Mediterranean people, which is Jesus. No, but I don't know. I don't know or care.
I don't know. I knew about this, what Borgia, like Greggatron said,
He was a bastard. That's a real name. That's a real word, kids. It just means born before your parents were married or outside of marriage.
Right.
Yeah. Illegitimate son. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was just going to say I did know that, but a lot of people don't know that was based, that depiction.
He really looks like Jesus.
Right. Imagine that. Yeah.
What a Chad. I can see why they used him. Sorry, go ahead.
No, right. Yeah, that again, like you say, that makes sense, you know. It's but I have
That's not blonde. Sorry.
I have no idea what Jesus looked like. No one.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, I don't know, color, whatever. I'll say clearly he wasn't white, if you want to say white, whatever. He wasn't black, but I don't know. I'm from what I see today in 2024, from 2024, that area, they're not black and they're not white. They have a tannish looking tint to them or something. So
do you remember this?
Yeah, that was supposed
this was
to be
like from 10 years ago or so. Medical artist reveals what Jesus Christ looked like using forensic science. And they make him look like a Mexican. or an Italian, the big nose, or a bulbous nose. I don't know, it just was this scruffy.
It's like a conglomerate of different
they didn't make him
ethnicities.
They didn't make him look long-faced and dignified like this one is. Look at that one. That's what. That's a little bit too pretty boyish.
Right. Yeah.
But anyway, these are the different things that they. Oh Lord.
He looks like a straight up Aladdin.
Who cares? It doesn't. That's not the point.
Right.
They're just completely missing the point.
Right.
You're right. But we're used to seeing, who Mel Gibson, Jesus. That's a misspelling. This guy.
Yeah.
We're used to that one. And who just make it look so it's not distracting. It should I guess you put any picture of Jesus.
Any picture, yeah.
It's gonna be distracting to some people. Yeah. But it's gonna be less distracting if you make it look a little bit more what you're used to seeing. I don't know, man. It's terrible.
Yeah. All in all, I could care less.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a fair point.
You know.
I do. I can't either. It's amusing to talk about, kind of like the flat earth thing. Oh, what in the world? Hopefully I went live on Rumble. Just making sure this is going. I don't see my chat. Did it go? In the world? Let's see if it's going live anywhere. Oh my goodness. It went live somewhere else. What's up, everybody? Sorry about that. I don't know why it did that. For some reason, my Rumble went haywild. Okay, sorry about that. I'm distracted. Okay, thank you Thank you for the coffee, Sir Greggatron. Thank you, man. What it do, Hickey? Now a member, monthly supporter over on the Buy Me a Coffee crew. Thank you, guys. Terry bought a coffee that I saw come in. This is amusing, and it's nice. Terry says, he who hates does not know God, but he who loves has the key that unlocks the door to the meaning of ultimate reality. Martin Luther King Jr. Happy MLK Day, Hake. Nice smile emoji. Says Terry. Thank you, Terry. That's not sweet. Oh, and Carver bought another coffee, too. Carver bought a coffee. Right on, Terry. Okay. With her pro-MLK commie nonsense. Carver says, hey, Hake, while the world may be distracted by your competitor, the Trump inauguration, including Hake, I have a tip on some critical breaking Hake news. I saw these at Walmart last night, but did not feel comfortable buying them. And it's this. Check this out from a picture from Carver. Hopefully it pulls up. Come on. It'll pull up. Yeah. It's Reese's, Angel Reese's Puffs. Have you seen this?
No. What?
And she is a princess. That's cute. So General Mills has Reese, Angel Reese.
That doesn't even look like her.
For Reese's Puffs. It doesn't look like her? That's funny.
Not to me, no.
On top of the Cinnamon Toast Crunch at the store. Isn't that cute? I like it.
Angel Reese's Puffs.
Reese's Puffs are Reese's Peanut Butter Cup cereal. Reese's Peanut Butter Cup flavored cereal, which is not good for you. It's sugar cereal.
Right.
But, hey,
Okay.
and it has this WNBA wannabe star, the runner-up to the real star, Caitlin Clark. We will remember WNBA because of Caitlin Clark and then Angel Reese's mouth. And you put Reese's Puffs.
That's funny.
In the cupboard and sprinkle it on top of mostly healthful cereal, and then sprinkle this instead of honey or sugar on your cereal, if you eat cereal, kids. Don't have just 100% sugar cereal. It's not good for you.
That's for sure.
Yeah. We were not spoiled with sugar cereal until like later, and then we had to mix it with, Cheerios.
I gotcha.
Special K.
Okay.
Something healthful.
See, those I'd never tried. I may have tried Special K, but
Right.
I never had eaten Cheerios or.
Really? That is the number one. Cheerios with honey on it. Not Honey Nut Cheerios.
Right.
Not Apple Cinnamon Cheerios or whatever it was. Ugh.
I remember it. Growing up, it was Pops, Frosted Flakes.
Corn Pops.
The-
Frosted Flakes. I got to where that was boring to me.
Really?
Because she started buying that all the time, and so I sprinkled it on my other stuff.
That's funny to me. They're sprinkling another cereal
Yeah.
on top of
You do cereal suicide, I guess, where you mix them all together.
Wow.
Yeah. I would pour a packet of like oatmeal, like peaches and cream oatmeal.
Okay.
And then like crumpled up graham crackers and crumpled up granola bars and stuff like that. And spoon-sized shredded wheat. Oh, no, the mini wheat, frosted mini wheats. Those are kind of good.
Never.
No?
I never tried that. And if I did, I'd probably spit it out.
Yeah.
Wow. I never
Life
had
was
those-
good.
Life. Were they still sugary though?
It had sugar. It had sugar flakes, but it was more lightly sugary.
But those are like the little balls. Were they?
No, Life was like
They were like
man.
flakes.
Yeah, no, they were the.
I remember Life, like the Mikey thing. You'll eat it.
Yeah, exactly. It looked like that. You see those? It's kind of
Oh.
like it's almost like Chex, but it was softer and less crunchy than Chex.
I never tried Life.
And yeah, that was really good.
Okay.
Anyway, what a mess. Is that Mikey?
Mikey is like probably dead by now.
Oh, rest in
I
peace.
don't know. He was older.
But I don't touch cereal now.
Yeah.
It's not. It doesn't enter my mind. I'll still have oatmeal mixed with other things. But
Okay.
that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been a while
blueberries,
since I had cereal.
Yogurt, some type of milk, wannabe milk, coconut milk. It keeps longer.
I finally, well, not I, but I did buy some. But the farm finally was able to start.
Get your real
producing.
milk
Yeah,
now.
so finally was able to get it. My daughter was ecstatic about it when she realized I brought it home. So that's all well, but there's no eggs now. So
yeah, because the bird flu.
Yeah,
they're all. It was like a hen holocaust.
Right. I seen in Georgia that they stopped all production of eggs and production, or maybe not production. I guess chickens are going to produce, but any sale, any. I forgot exactly what it said, but yesterday they put out an emergency that no eggs.
Wow.
At all.
Really? I wonder if I ever attempt to go get myself some breakfast, if it'll be problems.
And they're the 5th largest egg producer in the country. Georgia is.
I wonder if Trump will be able to clean this up. If it's like a matter of incompetence, corruption.
Yeah, right.
You know?
Right. Because you mess with people's food, it seems more that it's corruption based.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say incompetence, but some incompetence, corruption based, that you're trying to control the population in some way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's an interesting point.
In some way. So hopefully I could find it. Shucks. I can't find it. But it was something that popped up somewhere yesterday, and it was a bigger article. But it said that they were halting all egg production. I'll just use production because I can't think of a word to use.
Uh-huh.
So that was it. That was just it with that. Since we were speaking of, I said milk, but in cereal. Yeah, I can't find
food shortages.
Yeah,
third world
right.
America.
It's crazy.
That's disgusting, man.
It shouldn't be the case at all. That shouldn't happen.
It shouldn't. I wonder if this will change with these guys. Here's J.D. Vance speaking right now. In the next 4 years.
And the last thing I'll say is, having stood outside for about 5 minutes to wave goodbye to the Bidens, thank God we moved that thing indoors because it was a beautiful ceremony and it was cold as hell outside.
Whoa.
So, sir, the 45th and 47th President of the United States, Donald J. Trump.
Our greatest president.
No, he's right. I looked, I said, oh, look at this beautiful sunny day. We blew it. And then I went outside and we were freezing. You would have been very unhappy. The sun was very deceptive, I will tell you. It is cold out. And I'm sort of saying, that was so beautiful today. Maybe they should do it there.
I forgot. I forgot it's dark. It's cold. It's quiet for you guys.
The outdoor thing is really good, but it gets a little cold around this time of the year, as some people have noticed.
Indeed. And all right. That's enough of you, Trump. We're happy that you're there. So that's that for those super chats. But since we had talked about Terry's quote on love and all that stuff, do you want to get to Popcorn's thumb keg stuff? Because we got to address poor Popcorn. He was trying to get to you.
Yeah. We can touch on Popcorn thumb keg.
Okay, so one of the things Popcorn said to you was, would you mind summarizing for Bigg Bump My Coffee about Emmett Till, specifically whether or not saying we don't know what happened with it? Remember JLP said he was asked if what happened to Emmett Till, who got maimed and kidnapped, allegedly. Whether it was right or wrong, and it was like back in the 50s that this happened.
Right.
And JLP says, I don't know, I wasn't there.
Right.
I think it's like an I don't know, I don't care thing. I don't know what he meant by that. Does that imply that it could have been justified when JLP says, I don't know? Was it?
It could have been, but I said before that I don't care about the Till situation. I have no idea really what happened.
Yeah.
I don't really care about the situation. It was just, and to that point, I'll say that could have justified it.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I wasn't there. I don't know. Just like with any of these things I bring up, and this is almost 100 years old. Well, not, what is it? 70 years?
Yeah, because it was the 50s, mid 50s maybe when Emmett Till happened.
Yeah, let's say 55, so 70 years ago.
Yeah.
That I wasn't there to hear any of it, to be possessed one way or another with it, and I don't want to be possessed by it now.
Yeah.
But yeah, anything could have happened. That it's probable that it was justified, but I don't know. I really don't know. And again, I really don't care.
Yeah.
It was just this is the only time I really ever spoke about it, is when I didn't know that there were blacks involved in the issue. That was my point.
Yeah.
That's it. That's my point.
Yeah.
That
there's a lot that's not said.
Yeah.
It's not
right.
put in.
Yes.
They hide what he did. They downplay what he did, what he may have done.
Right.
They say, oh, they kidnapped and murdered him for whistling at a white woman. When that's not what he did.
Right.
It's not all he did.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't think so.
Right. I don't believe either.
It's funny. The real me doesn't care, but I do get pulled into it. Big time.
Yeah,
you
right.
know me. You guys know me. I get sucked into talking about, let's talk about Emmett Till now. Let's talk about all these fake Black Lives Matter things. But it is it's sort of a communist thing to pull you into something that you don't know, you can't know.
Right.
And to talk about it like you care about it. And it's really scamming both sides of us.
Yeah.
Those like me who want to call out their inaccuracies, because they are inaccurate or imprecise, what they're leaving out, and those who are like, oh, black victimhood, whites been murdering and maiming. So it is a crazy thing that you or I think about it, Popcorn. I think it's more probably not justified than it could be justified, if you want to go with probability, but maybe we shouldn't even go there.
That's why I don't really even know what to say about that.
Right.
That just takes you down a road that, do you really need to do that? Nah, probably not.
Do you agree that rap isn't music? I think you're the one who told me that.
Yeah, I believe that.
I don't even really think that. I just said it because Bigg Bump said it.
It's just rap. It's
right.
not music. It's just music in the sense that there's music playing behind it. That's it. You know. It's just a form of. It seems like it's just poetry. Like you're just writing rhymes, and you have some sound behind it.
Yeah.
You know, it's not music as in the sense of, an orchestrated. It's orchestrated, but it's not that.
Yeah.
Orchestra. It's not. I don't really think that it's music.
I think it is. See, I'm a liberal communist. That's funny.
Of course, I'd say it's rap music, but I don't know if it's really, really music.
Because they're like, you go into the intellectual thing. Music has melody, and sometimes there's melody to it, stolen. But hey,
right? Yeah.
Appropriated, properly I support appropriation. There's a beat, definitely. There's tones and timbre. I don't know. I forget what harmony sometimes. Bone Thugs.
See, yeah. But see, that's the thing. It's selected, and certain people do it that way.
Yeah.
But majority just rap, just write. They'll find some music that they like and just go after it. It's not that. It's not. How would you say, like a cohesion? It's really not. It's just because when you're writing, there's some people that actually know what they want to hear,
right,
and know what they want to say. But sometimes with me, if I want to write something, I'll write first, and then let me find music that goes to this.
Yeah,
that's different than like Kanye. I'll just use him as an example. That he has a whole idea. He comes up with the music. He produces the music. He writes, and it was all packaged as what it was. That's what he was looking for.
Right.
There's other people. There's a rapper from Compton named DJ Quick. There's songs that he makes that. There's one that he said he just heard water dripping out of the bathroom tub, out of his tub, and he made a song for it.
That's awesome.
Made music from that.
He recorded it?
He didn't record it, but he made.
But he was inspired by it.
Yeah, he was inspired by it. That's the word. So that to me is music. That would be music. That's like that. He produced a whole song.
Yeah.
On a drop of water.
Yeah.
That's different than trying to find something to go with what you said.
Okay. All right. I mean, people sometimes will write a riff or come up with a riff on their guitar, and then they'll be like, now I have to put lyrics.
Yeah, that too. Yeah. Right, yeah.
But it's just different levels of the quality or the whatever, the tactics for making it. There's Trump talking. And, oh no, I thought that was Barron behind him for a second, but that's JD. Okay, nice. All right, so thank you, Popcorn. Is there anything else? Oh, real quick. Did you see this? Have you heard the freestyle that Bigg Bump on Funk Flex? It was crazy good.
I don't understand that one because I wasn't on Funk Master Flex.
Did you hear a freestyle on Funk Flex?
I've heard many
Funk
freestyle. Funk Master Flex. He's a DJ.
Okay.
In New York, and he has people come on. He's made couple albums with people coming on of music that he's producing, but I think he's still alive. I think he is, but he has people come on, rap. He'll put a beat on, and they'll just rap. They may not freestyle, but they have something that they've written that won't go on an album or something like that, and they'll go over the track. So, but I don't know what he meant by that from that question.
Right. Fair enough. On the topic of regulations, Hake, you continue to show your... Okay, never mind. That's not important. I've already covered that. Thank you, Bigg Bump. Popcorn. Oh, in honor of MLK Day, I gotta show this one. In my opinion, I should show it. I said that Trump is the real MLK. I don't know about you guys, but you know how they cast MLK as this uniter or whatever, moral leader. Mm-hmm. That's what Trump is. MLK was... anyway, here's his 30-second early reflection on the dignity of work from Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. In fact, I think I have a better thing to play over... Oh, man, hold on. Give me a second. MLK... Okay, here it is.
The dignity of labor.
You guys hear that?
So often we overlook the worth and the significance of those who are not in professional jobs, of those who are not in the so-called big jobs. But let me say to you tonight, that whenever you are engaged in work that serves humanity and is for the building of humanity, it has dignity and it has worth.
Yay! Drum Major Institute. Peace, justice, equity. I shake my head. Equity means not peace or not justice. With the Hake. So that was with his preacher voice.
Right.
He's coming off faker every time I hear him.
Every time.
I used to totally have no problem with him. Kind of liked him. Agreed about the what was it that they said? Agreed with the judged by character, not color thing.
Yeah.
Because that's all I knew. That's all I really remembered.
Right. That's funny. that was part of my response to that as well. That's what everyone knows. It's almost like that's what everyone knows, the character thing. Which,
Yeah.
Sounds so good.
Right.
Yeah.
Duh. But everybody does that already.
Right.
Honestly.
Yeah.
I mean, there's like a handful of people who are like sick of it, and so they just black. They've known enough of them that they just write them all off. Or anyway. Yeah.
Yeah. But that's the same thing. Everyone, that's just what it is. People you're gonna judge it off their character. You're gonna discriminate off
exactly.
of
It's based on character that they're judging the color. Not individual character necessarily, usually, but
yeah.
And I noticed that he said dignity of labor, which is a communist buzzword, not actual work.
Right.
That might be nitpicking, but
I get the labor thing also. I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you called this word salad.
Yeah, he's just that's how agitators are. I come to see that they'll put out all this stuff,
like little statements that people to deceive people.
Yeah,
with stuff that sounds true and right. And nice.
Yeah. Also, I heard how communists would
they will exploit the Christians.
Yeah,
they'll use Christianese.
Yeah,
to change to subvert.
I was reading papers, not last night, yesterday, Saturday. I was reading some of his papers that he wrote.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So you popcorn? You impressed? Well, you're always impressed with his Bigg Bump.
That about his one specifically one sermon that he had where he was two. He had two separate ones because I was looking specifically for him talking about communism, where he would say that he said Christians have nothing in common with communism, but Christians should be like the communists in how aggressive they are.
Oh, interesting.
That they go out and he said, Christians should go out and preach or tell about Jesus. Get you spread the gospel, and communists will, basically get you to like I said, the agitation to get you to move to go along with that, the communist mentality, to be a socialist type, Marxist, that they have an agenda. Same thing. It's just one is not based on a religion. So he was making a statement of that, and it's a good little read from the sermon that he was talking about. And he said preachers don't do this. He kept saying that preachers don't come to the pulpit and speak about the differences. But it seems that he wasn't. I guess I wanted him to say more about communism, that the negative of it, than more of appraisal that he was giving it to it underhandedly. But that's because things I already know about him now.
In those days, people had to play like they weren't communists.
Yes,
to be popular in the mainstream.
Yes, right.
Because
that timing.
Yeah. And nowadays, people are okay with communists, basically.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of us will say, oh, communists.
Right.
But it's become sort of a cheap. People say, oh, I cheapen it because I call everything communist.
Everything communist.
And it might, but but it's true. Yeah, so he had to play like he wasn't communist.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting really from it.
But I also notice he's outside oriented. Because who cares what other people think about you working?
Yeah.
Whether you're dignified or not.
Right.
You know you're dignified. You have your... Because JLP says there's, dignity in work or other people. Whatever work you're doing, it's dignified. I respect somebody working. But it doesn't matter if I respect it.
Right.
You're showing you respect yourself.
Yeah.
It's not even you showing you respect yourself. You're just respecting yourself by working.
Yeah, I was going to say that point, what he's saying.
It's an internal thing. It has nothing to do with what other people think.
Yeah. It was a shout out to JLP for the treat it like your own business, whatever it is, whatever aspect, position, whatever it is, treat it it's like you're owning, you're running that. That made sense, but what I did put down something. Hold on, that so many people are weak that if you don't do certain things, if you don't treat it that way, it's a you problem. It's not you're worried about everybody else. That's that person that not a conglomerate of people. That's where that's almost like a communist. What he's saying is in essence communism. Yeah. Because he's saying it's like instead of putting it on the individual, I guess that's what I'm trying to say. That it's that person.
He's trying to put it on society.
Yeah. Right.
To honor and lift up. It's kind of like calling firemen heroes. JLP had a great point in church a couple weeks back about these aren't heroes, they're just doing their job. Right. And every time a hero is called a hero or a person is called a hero, they say, I'm just doing my job. Mm-hmm. And that's what they are. Right. And they're not a hero.
Right. That's why I'll say with me that I had some family that would always call me super dad because I was always with my oldest daughter all the time, super dad. I was like, nah, I'm just a dad. It's just my daughter, and it's the same thing. I'm just doing what I'm supposed to do. That's what,
They want to mama ego it.
Yeah.
That's terrible, man.
It is. It doesn't work. It doesn't help out. But and to like you said, I think you just said like dignified, make yourself dignified. That's just to make you feel good by saying that, instead of just doing what you're supposed to do. That's what your job. Again, take it as it's yours, your business, and you don't have to worry about anything else.
And dignity isn't like a pursuit in itself. It just happens when you're doing what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
And it just happens naturally, whether or not society or the law or anybody else respects it.
It doesn't need anything to help it.
Yeah.
It's just what it is.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's like a man not needing his wife to respect him. He loves her anyway, no matter what she's doing. And he loves her enough to leave or put her out or whatever he has to do.
Yeah.
That's anyway.
My daughter just said super dad. She just she's listening, I guess. We're watching, so she said super dad and laughing. She remembers that, I guess.
That's funny. Shout out. Hey.
Z.
Oh, man.
I know, huh?
We have 5 minutes till I have to play a special song. Chad in Los Angeles, California, is on with Bigg Bump and Hake. Chad in L.A., are you there? Can you hear me?
Yes, and I'm off speakerphone. Oh, yeah.
Hey, what's up, Chad? Did you call yourself Chad?
We're going to use that name for today, yeah.
Okay, we'll go for it. It's good to hear from you, man.
I was just really triggered by something, and I thought, you know what? I bet the Hake Report could relate to me on this, and hopefully your guest there can concur. My mom just sent me this. I'm gonna make sure I don't curse. This BS mainstream normie conservative podcast, and said there's some and she said there's some good advice on dating here and on what women want. They just want they want a man. It's not about money, but they want a man who can show that they can provide and take care of them. And I have a lot of experience dating. I dated for 10 years before a relationship, and I can just tell you that this idea that women care about money, I told her, when is this going to kick in? Women don't. I never ever had a girl reject me or be with me. I had plenty of girls who it worked out with, and plenty of them more of them who it didn't. And never once did it move the needle whether I can provide, or what kind of job I have, or whether I'm stable in life. I mean, this idea has got to go. I'm really pissed off at people continuing to repeat this. Girls do not give a crap about your financial stability. Now, granted, I'm 33.
Asian girls do.
So I keep wondering, when is it going to kick in? I don't know. Maybe when I'm over 40, over 50, when maybe then they start to. But I can tell you, as of right now, 33, and I've never ever seen this be the case at all. What they do care about is feelings.
Yeah.
Only feelings. Which comes down to whether you say the exact right thing at every point in time to make them feel the exact right way in conversations about nothing, where you're talking about cats or nothingness.
Some of them, maybe it depends on the girl, maybe, and but I kind of understand where you're coming from. That's been my experience too, at least in the shallow distance that I've gone into relationships. It hasn't really been an issue.
You can say you work at McDonald's, or you don't have a job. It doesn't matter. If she falls for you, she falls for you, which is based, and what that comes down to is saying the exact right, mostly over texting, because that's modern dating.
Right.
Texting back the exact right thing at the exact right time at every point in time. And if you say the wrong thing, that disqualifies you. I used to be, without doxing myself, I used to be a producer for a talk show in LA, and I was dating at the time. And you would think that would be an awesome thing to tell girls. Never once moved the needle whatsoever. What?
Yeah, because they see the whole picture. They see, they see what they see, and how you present yourself. That's far more important.
I think that's true. I kind of wish it was. I kind of wish they did. I think it would be better if they did care about those things, because men, that would be easier than figuring out the exact right thing to say and handling their BS at every given point in time over text. But people don't push back. People don't push back on this, though. I don't ever hear people pushing back and saying, actually, no, that they don't.
Well, I don't have much to say because our hang-ups with women are hang-ups, and it's a mess anyway. Mm-hmm. Like, it's not something that we really should be concerning ourselves with, Chad. I almost slipped and called you another name. What do you say, Bigg Bump? And then we got to wrap up.
It's tough. Not tough, but it's hard for me to see outside of my marriage.
Right.
Because I'm married. Of course, I haven't dated in decades.
They'll break up over bad finances.
They definitely will. Yeah.
But that's stress.
Yeah.
It's really
they're
emotions.
worried about that. Yeah. And that's still feelings.
Emotion.
Yeah. But females are so scatterbrained. They don't really know what they want anyway.
Yeah.
They just know they need to be led. I know that much.
Well,
good point.
They know how they feel. They know how that's all they know. They know how they feel.
I don't even know if they know how they feel.
Not based on an Excel spreadsheet where they analyze your life situation.
Good to hear from you, Chad. I gotta go, man. Take care. Happy Inauguration Day. I hope.
All right.
Thanks, man.
Bye.
All right, bye. Guys, this has been the Hake Report. We got to wrap it up. Mary Rice Hopkins Monday. William, number 7. Rick in Hampton, VA. Can't get to you guys and the rest of the callers.
Time to wake up or put on my shoes. I'm running a race and I can't lose.
This one can't lose.
That's for sure. Comeback kid.
Yeah. It's a kid's song. It's Christian. And it's about Trump. He ran to win in the world. Leave them behind. Joel Friday coming up.
Win is to do my best, and I'm running for the prize. To win is to do my best with Jesus by my side.
Jesus by my side. Nice. When we sang this,
I think I'll get up and put on my shoes. I'm running a race and I can't lose. The race will start within my heart. There's a winner in me and you. To win is to do my best, and I'm running for the prize.
yeah, it wasn't reggae when we sang it.
Jesus by my side.
Why do all Christian songs stink?
Win is to do my best, and I'm running for the prize.
BIGG
_BUMP.
Jesus by my
That's right.
Love this song, man. This is so cool to me.
She's a good songwriter, man.
Yeah. It's very catchy. Everything she does is catchy. It gets
Yeah. Appeals to the kids.
you. Yeah.
Bye, guys. Oh, we still have like a minute and a half. Well, thank you, guys.
Teamsters were great. The firemen were great. I think almost every.
Joel Friday's coming up next,
the only
guys.
one that weren't great, although Sean was great.
That's enough of him. Lord. Take care.
You know, I'm 32 years old now.
Not yet. Well, I mean, I guess you could play it, but anyway, we gotta go.